So the question is that do you think there's any lines you shouldn't cross in comedy? I know you're only asking me this because Will thought he was Mike Lowry for real for a minute. Honestly, I'm done talking about this, but it is a good question. So no, there are no limits in comedy. Anything can be funny. Anything. Now understand, that doesn't mean that everything is funny. Main reason that comedians say when we're on stage we're joking, which is something that no other performer really has to do, by the way, is because when we're on stage we're joking. Like if you jump the barrier at a WWE match and you slap Roman Reigns, but he said fuck Denver. Nobody care. You still leaving in handcuffs and getting banned from the arena. It ain't no DPs walking up to Leonardo DiCaprio and smacking him in the face because he called Jamie Foxx the N-word on Django. But Nate, that's different. They're acting. They're playing characters. They're performing. Yeah, like comedians do. We're performing. But Nate, you picked me out of the crowd and you made fun of my weight. And I am very offended. Oh shit, but I did that for the last 3 weeks and nobody had a problem with it. Well, I did. So obviously you were trying to be offensive. Or I was trying to be funny and I failed. Because I don't know if you knew this, but I can't read minds. I don't know. We can't do that. Your job is to be funny, and I didn't think that was funny. My job is to be funny to everybody, not just you. Everybody has their own interpretation of what funny is. I could tell you a joke right when you wake up that you don't even you were mad at the motherfucker at me for. Tell you the same joke at 3 a.m. when we blazed up. You can't stop laughing for an hour. My intent didn't change. I was trying to make you laugh in the morning, just I was when we was high. Your interpretation changed because you're a person. But there's no way for me to predict that. That's why it takes so long to become a comedian. We both go to the movies. You love the movie. I hate the movie. That doesn't mean they made the movie to be bad. Even the movie The Room, one of the worst movies ever made ever. There's still one dude like, I'm killing this movie right now. Oh, hi, Paul. But Nate, man, comedians like to hide behind the stage. How the fuck we gonna hide when we on stage? This is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. Standing on stage in front of 300 people. How the fuck I'm hiding? The problem is that people don't see comedian as performers. And if you want to talk about specifically the Chris Rock situation, but Nate, Will had told him, hey, don't talk about my wife, dog. Motherfucker, you don't get to tell me how to do my job, just like I don't get to tell you how to do yours. I don't get to walk on set and be like, hey, dog, you need to deliver that line. More gusto. The only person in that situation that was a professional was Chris Rock. He saw a colleague, a fellow artist who should know better, get up, slap him, go sit back down, then scream profanity, and nobody did anything. Nobody got up and moved away from Will. Nobody was like, yo, Will, what the fuck? Nobody paid attention to Chris. But what did Chris do immediately? Greatest night ever. His fucking job. He made a joke. He righted the ship as much as he could. He finished his fucking job and he left with zero support. What did all the actors do? They ran and hid. They had their publicists post up apology. They didn't come out and face nobody. They did it all behind closed doors. What did the Academy do? Tried to throw Chris under the bus and absolve themselves. But what did Chris Rock do? He got on a motherfucking plane, flew to Boston, and went back to work the next day. Not online, not through a publicist, in front of thousands of people who just saw him get slapped in the face live on television less than 48 hours earlier. There can be no line because everybody's line is different. What's offensive to you may not be offensive to them. And since we are the only profession that practices in public, we cannot be responsible for how everybody feels. We can only be responsible for our intent. And I'm done with this.